First of all, I have to say that I really loved the movie, and I have to admit I ended up crying and weeping like a baby. So it was fantastic. But I would like to know what did you like about the project and what dragged you to it? Was the script, the themes, Benjamin Clear's vision?
I am so glad that it moved you to tears. I really love hearing that. It's such a special movie, so I'm glad that you got it, and that's beautiful. And what attracted me to the movie was so many different things. You know, I read it, I was touched emotionally, it made me cry, and I just thought, you know, if it touches me just reading the words on the page, then it's definitely going to touch an audience heart. So that was definitely something that a reason why I wanted to be part of it. And then also working with Ben, you know, Ben is such a sensitive, gentle, caring person that I knew that he would make a phenomenal director. And also I watched his short film Stutterer, and it's an incredible film. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's very, very special. And he gets such great performances out of his lead actors. So that was another reason why I wanted to be part of it. And then working with Mahershala, because, you know, Mahershala and I only worked together for one day on Moonlight. And I saw what a phenomenal actor he is, and I wanted to be part of something where we get to work together for a longer period of time.
Yeah, talking about Mahershala, do you think this day you shared on the Moonlight set help you to perform here in Swan Song? Because the chemistry between you, it's incredible, and I need to know, how did you got to that point, because it was great.
It's really interesting because, yeah, a lot of people ask about this chemistry and how you create it and so on, but Mahershala and I are very similar. We don't actually like to rehearse, so we didn't do any rehearsals. We also don't like to talk about the script, so we didn't do any talking about the script. So what we do is we prepare on our own separately, and then just come together and see what happens in the moment. And that's, for me, how you create magic moments, because it's all spontaneous. I don't know what he's going to do next. I don't know how he's interpreted a particular line, or, you know, where he's going to move, or how he's going to say the line, or I don't know anything at all. I'm just I have to be completely in the moment and completely responsive to what he's giving. And likewise, he has to be completely in the moment and responsive to what I'm giving. So that's when you create something really special, I think.
That's incredible. I would never say that you didn't rehearse previously. It's mind blowing. Was that the directing process of Benjamin Cleary? He was good with this? Like, you shared your points of view about acting and then you jumped to the set, or?
So I said, you know, I always say whatever project I'm working on that I'm not a fan of rehearsals, and I prefer not to do them. And usually I get a bit of pushback where they're kind of like, well, could you just give us a day or what have you? But because Mahershala is exactly the same, Ben was like, okay, fine. And he was so cool about it, because he was just trusted us. He was like, okay, well, this is what these guys want to do, then I'll go with it, and let's see what happens on day one, you know, which was really beautiful. So
yeah, it sounds so risky in creative terms, but it works perfectly. So it's incredible.
It's risky if you don't trust your performers, right? But if you trusted that, you know, these people understand the roles that they've been given, they're capable of delivering it, then yeah, I think one of the greatest gifts you can give actors actually is to trust them. If you micromanage the process and their particular process, then I think it's a disservice to them, because everyone comes at this journey of finding their character, finding the truth of the moment in a completely different way.
Yeah, but having you and Mahershala, the only thing you can do is trust, because, I mean, you're both great. So watching the movie, I thought many times on your process to bring Poppy to life. You knew all the plot details before shooting everything?
Yeah,
you read
I knew
the whole
everything.
script.
Yeah.
So the moment, and I'm going to keep the spoilers down here, the moment Jack arrives the place, how was playing your character, knowing the nature of Mahershala's character in this moment? It affected your workflow?
No. I mean, I think it made a massive difference to Mahershala, obviously, because he has to get into a completely different mindset. But for me, I have to basically erase that knowledge and just think Cameron has walked through the door and nothing is different, and is he okay, and let me greet him. And so it was more kind of like just staying centered in who Poppy is and her relationship with Cameron, but nothing really changes when Jack comes through the door for her.
Yeah, okay, because it looked like sketchy to me. The acting process looks like very difficult to me, so I was thinking about this constantly.
Right.
And how was working with Benjamin Cleary? He had some peculiarities in set regarding the blocking, or I would like to know how it's working with a first-time feature film director.
Well, I don't think you'd ever know that he was a first-time feature director, because he is so good at leading. I mean, ultimately, you've got to be the leader as the director. Everybody's looking to you for answers. And the beautiful thing is that, Ben has lived with this script for 10 years, right? So he knows it inside out. He knows exactly what he wants. And no process from script to getting onto a movie set is easy for anybody. It's a long road, and there are lots of disappointments along the way. And actually, I think those disappointments help you in some way, because it helps to clarify exactly what you want. So Ben knew exactly what he wanted from us and exactly what he wanted from his crew, and he was amazing at being such a beautiful leader, but also really generous and really generous with the script, in terms of, if any line didn't work or we weren't feeling anything, he would just say, just improvise, it's okay, you can just be really free with it. A lot of writer directors are not that generous, in terms of, they're like, well, I spent 5 hours coming up with this paragraph, I want it exactly like that, and they're really, really precious, which actually doesn't really help performers, because it's about what works for you. It's not about what the director had in his head when he wrote it. But Ben was so generous and easy. It was wonderful working with him.
Okay, so that will be all. Again, congratulations, and thank you so much, because that final shot of you in the movie, it was that stared to the camera. It was great. Congratulations.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it. It's so beautiful to hear. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I loved it. Thank you. Bye.